right, welcome to the campfire of this week. Steve could not join us this week, but we're here with the development team, and we have quite a big update for you. So the first talk will be given by Rafal, will showcase what he creates using NoCodeX. He's creating some user interface elements purely by using the no-codex components. And after that, Maciek will showcase the what we've called up until now CodeGen X. And then I will showcase an update on the blocks and the coming release. So without further ado, Rafal, go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm going to show how to use the components and display by Animatopy classes and uh, base, uh, how to use HTML and JavaScript for our components also. Let me just okay, sharing screen is locked.
Okay, let me
I
unlock.
sent, I sent,
Yeah,
I
you're
sent it.
allowed.
Yeah. Okay. And this is my test application, which I have created in NoCodeX platform.
Mhm.
And as you can see, there is a root page where we have some icons. And first one, I would like to show the drawer. Uh, I have prepared left and right drawer, which I can, of course, um, style to business logic. This one is for changing country, language, and currency. And what I would like to show you is opening and closing that component, and closing outside also is prepared, and these components we can create in NoCodeX. Also some left drawer, and we can manipulate routing between drawers of also. There is drawer for feedback. Prepare the initial version, and also I would like to show the basic version of chat uh, window, which is also working on Animatopy classes, and we can hide it this way. Yeah, and it looks very mm, easy, I think, because I have prepared that in my free time, and that's what I wanted to practice and show you. And also, there is very interesting thing, which is yes, which is using JavaScript by NoCodex, and um, using this mm, in our application by mm, sliding. I don't know how to say that. Uh, maybe this is not good word, but it works completely by using JavaScript and classes which I have uh, named by every link and component or on this page, and it is scrolling, yeah, scrolling automatically to our links, and I think that's all of of my things which I wanted to show you today. Thank you. I can't hear you, Tristan. I can't hear you.
Can you perhaps show how exactly you did the drawer?
Did the drawer, yeah. Go to root page. and go to navigation, there is many of components, but if we want to prepare our component, we need to add on our page, on root page where we want to use that drawer. Here I wanted to use on every page which is a child of root page, and for example I have login component.
Mhm.
Login component is an horizontal list which has empty space, which is closing. I use for to closing to close that component, and this is exactly my drawer. Let me show you. Let me show you how do I how it looks. Oh, it looks it looks this input field is created by HTML, so it can looks like. But the most important thing is the drawer. Drawer. I had to change the index
Okay.
to one and fix position. Yeah, on my horizontal component, and there is empty space which is on the left, and this empty space is closing the drawer,
And how do you
and
close the drawer, Rafael? How do you open the drawer?
opening drawer
Yes.
works. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show that on language component. Yeah, here this uh, icon I have choose to open in language drawer, and I had to create action which needs to show first, which needs to show element, because the initial value of this component is hidden. So I need to show this component, and then I need to add, remove and add classes which I have prepared and I have found in Animatopy library, and I use fade outright. I need to remove because these classes is for closing.
Mhm.
Uh, Yes, and I need to add the exactly class which we see during opening. Yes, and for closing, I
Remove the
need to
classes.
hide this component and remove the first classes and add remove second classes and add first classes.
Okay, so actually, what you do is you have your NoCodex user interface element that is on your page, and you create an action that either removes classes or adds classes
Yes,
to
yes,
that
exactly.
element, and then
Yes,
this element will flow in like a drawer.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
very cool,
exactly.
very cool, very cool. All right, awesome. I don't know if there. Hi, Eddie, by the way. Welcome. I don't know if there are other questions.
No
If not,
questions. Okay.
then we can go to the next demo.
Yeah.
Maciek, the floor is yours.
Thanks. So, hi all, hi Eddie. We are working on a feature for some time already, and this will be the first presentation. This feature will allow you to export your NoCodeX app, your project in NoCodeX as a React application. And we think this will give you freedom that is unique on this landscape of low code, no code, no vendor lock, and also maybe new ways to work. So I will preview this. Work in progress, please bear in mind, using application. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Sorry, one moment. I have a weird interface problem with Zoom. Okay, I can live with this problem. Example application is here. It's a book search. I will play it. What the application is doing is just like something to present you technical things. And I will also already start publish. And this publish will trigger a new deployment, and we will see a new folder here and will arrive. So I'm creating new version. The target way to do it will be different. This is just an internal work in progress way. And in meantime, I will show you the application. It's a book search where you give some ID, and this ID is matched in database.
And this is the application in the old runtime, not the new runtime that we are working on. All right.
Precisely. Yeah, exactly. So this is the current way we run apps. This is the client, and here is a new thing. It's this folder is a React application. It's a standalone app, and let's run it. Some moments today will be a little bit technical, but I will try not to be too technical. So I'm starting this in a way that every React developer would start his project using something called White server. And we should be able to see it. And so this is a work in progress. There are some differences, like some pixel. It's not pixel perfect, but there is something really important here, and this is what you see right now is not hosted. There is no platform right now connected. This thing that you see right now is just a React application running on this computer, not on any platform right now. It's completely disconnected. It's disconnected, and it's a normal React application, so it allows to do some normal React things. So, for example, I can edit some code and say like, let's maybe add a label that those are search results. Well, let's make it singular. And here it arrives. I can say maybe I don't want some fragment, like let's skip the author, although that's a bad idea. But where it gets really interesting is that I can have some idea that is just not possible right now in low code, no-Codex platforms. And an example of such an idea that would be hard to really support is to have maybe some 3D. So idea is that maybe I could swap this image for some kind of like a rotating or 3D model. And it is some preparation for that. And I found that there is this site with models. I will use the free models. And I will search for book. And I think this one goes really well with Tolkien. It's close enough. So before this presentation, I did already download the model, and I will just drop it into the React application we are running right now. By the way, to not confuse, I will close this. Okay, and so I have a model. I need, and this is an important step, I need additional NPM library. And this is something that there are thousands or millions of libraries out there, and like no platform will ever host all of them. And to run 3D models, I would use something called Tree.js. So again, this is just a normal React application. I can add some packages, maybe experimental one. This one is very well known. And then I will visit the template again. And to make it a little bit smoother, I prepared a little bit. I have to insert 3 snippets. So first, sorry, something wrong with the editor. Okay. So first I'm doing some imports from that library. Then I need to read that model file and define something called skin. And the last thing, I'm going to swap image for 3D canvas. And a few lines of code with this 3D canvas. In this 3D canvas, I'm also defining light and orbit controls and where is the camera, but altogether it's like 10 lines of code if you wish to code yourself. And I will delete image because we are swapping that part. Okay, saving. And here it is. And this is actually a 3D model. So that would be hard to do on like only on no code or low code platform because it's just
So this actually opens up, if I'm not mistaken, Maciek, it opens up the way you work with NoCode-X. You could have a head start with NoCode-X and then dive into code if you needed that, where you would have all the freedom that you could possibly want.
Yeah, exactly. You start with the image, and then you think, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have like a 3D instead of this image? So this part is maybe a moment where you think maybe it's time to export it. Yeah, but before you can create a lot using Rocket and manual editing until you hit such a moment. So I will add more stuff later, but I need to stop for one technical thing that we think is really important, and it's about how we do this export. So when I did publish, and I, in a little bit secret way right now, created this React export, what is really important is there is no AI involved in that export. So the result is completely deterministic, and it will be always the same architecture. And we are preparing some tooling, some React libraries, and the project's folders will be always the same. So it's like very predictable, and we think it will make your life easier. If you have a developer working for you, he can also learn this platform. And also it should be easier for agents, especially when we provide also technical documentation for that. And to prove this.
So if I'm not mistaken, what you're saying, Maciek, is that even if I use Rocket mode and even if I use AI to create my application in NoCode-X, and then if I would download the code or export the code to any Git repository, I would always have the same architecture for every single application that I built, which allows developers to learn much faster on how to change the generated applications.
Exactly. Okay. So you can have this little bit hard to guess the results first moment of like Rocket mode, but then when you have something you're happy with, the export is going to be stable and predictable, and also easy to work because it's always the same. It's repetitive architecture.
Yeah, and this also means that there are parts in here that AI never touched. For example, authentication layer, authorization layers, access to the database, stuff like that are not touched by AI, so they remain secure and they remain of high quality.
Yeah, exactly. So as a small proof of that, I will rename this to old. I will add suffix. For now, I will close this and move away from here. Also, I will stop and I will do another export.
Log in again.
Something had to happen. It was too smooth so far. Okay, so again, this is only to trigger, it's an internal thing, internal way to trigger the export right now. Okay, not sure what is this. It's okay, this is the old one. And let's create. Yeah, so in a moment I will present that, I will compare those two. We've seen there is a new folder. So I again created another export. So this is the old one that we little bit manipulated by hand, and this is the new one. And as you see, the folders are the same. Let's dive deeper. Source folder. Also, there is something, there is a NoCode-X React library. It's always in the same place, and this library is always the same. And also, let's compare. So this is the application. So this is the template we've seen. We did change it a little bit. So those changes are here. So the 3D stuff and search result. But apart from that, this is the same. And because we wrote compiler, and this compiler always works the same. It takes what you have in editor and will always have the same results, no matter how many times you run it.
Very cool.
So for the last part, yeah, maybe before I will add one more feature, but first I will say, like, where are we with this? So while when I'm doing this presentation, these days we have an export of template, but we don't have, and we have React library, but we are under we are working for under the for the to have the actions export working. So this part is not done yet, although we have a very good idea where we are going with it. But at the moment, the export doesn't cover the dynamic part. So it's a work in progress. But the application, this React export at the moment is not dynamic. It will be. And I made another version of this application a little bit by hand. So the part I did by hand is this action, and this will be generated by the export. So it's just for a moment, but this is like this is a counterpart of this, what you edit in the editor. This is a JavaScript version of it. For the moment, I did it by hand, but this file and this content, or something very similar to this, will be generated by another compiler that we are currently writing. It's an action compiler. It's another piece of puzzle that we need to have. And for the task that we will be doing, so we have our page, and here I have a little bit of information that I'm not yet showing, but it's in the data. And this information is a kids rating. So like every book has something we don't present yet, but it's how this book is rated by kids. Brave New World, rating 1. apparently these days kids don't like dystopia. Like, one. And for that feature, let's add it to the page, this data, but let's do it with cursor. So we will ask AI agent, we will give it our project, and we will ask to generate this feature. So for that, first of all, I will visit handmade action. So it's a variant of that export with a little tweak. I will start it. Yeah, let's maybe also see it in action. There is also a technical interesting thing. So this is the place where we are calling that this React client is communicating with a NoCode-X server. And there is like every action is going to be split into the client side and server side. It's interesting stuff, but it's too much for this presentation, maybe for future. However, we already have it and we can see result of it. And let me just drop the folder. So I will be using this component I found on NPM to do the presentation layer of this rating. It's another example of something outside NoCode-X that I just like and would like to use here. And to make things smoother, I prepared a prompt. It's server action on button click can also return kids rating. It's already there, prepared, query it, and present as the last thing in the search result using, and this is the NPM component. So this part is not deterministic. I hope it will go well. Although, yeah, let's see. We expect that it will install the NPM package for the tool, but maybe we will need to help here. So this may be a coding with AI. Let's see. Will it be together or alone? This part can be also enhanced by when we are there. Finally, there will be a documentation for agent. So yeah, good start. The installation of the star component, React stars. And then we expect that it will expand a little bit the query that we do to the server. Yes, it does. So it needs to like add a new field it will query for. And then it should import the component and present it on the bottom of the screen. Thanks, we
So
do.
this actually showcases what your workflow could be. Start in NoCode-X, move to cursor, add some extra stuff, and then deploy on your web host.
Exactly. So let's see. There is some risk that it will not work. It works. It's not perfect. I could go on and ask, please improve the layout because it's not centered, but no, this is just a demo.
And then you could ask yourself, why wouldn't I just do everything in cursor myself? Well, the simple thing is you start off with a secure foundation. Of course, everything that cursor adds could be insecure, but at least we know that fetching the data from NoCode-X is secure, but because we use the NoCode-X layer to do so.
Yes. So, exactly. So, to summary, you will be able to export your project as a React application. This will give you freedom and no vendor lock, and also open new ways to work, where you have a rocket start, edits, and then you hit some limitation, and you can work on the projects further. It will be public end of Q1 next year. and there will be an experimental preview earlier. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Mojek. I'm very excited for this. I see we have 5 minutes left in the meeting because of Zoom. So I'll be very quick with my update. So a quick update on the upcoming release of NoCode-X. We're working on blocks. Let me show you what kind of blocks we already have at the moment. So, for example, we can drop a site navigation layout block on the table, which allows you to have a layout for your page, and then I can add a site navigation, which allows me to, within 2 drops of a block, have a complete site navigation that I can start configuring myself. So as you can see here, my site navigation is available. It has some nice hover effects. You don't have to worry about that anymore, and it fills in the current username and so on. We have a dashboard block as well. So if you want to create a page for a dashboard, all you have to do is drop the dashboard block in here. We're creating more blocks, and most importantly of all AI within NoCode-X is starting to work with these blocks. They don't create HTML from scratch anymore. They use the blocks and then they adjust it. So that's an example of the dashboard block. So let's have a look at that in real time. I'll quickly bust the cache here so I can load it up, and then we'll see that this block is completely operational, and you can start putting actions behind these buttons and putting real values inside this dashboard, for example. You can do that using the old-fashioned way of dragging and dropping all the blocks into place, or you could use AI to request changes to this block. For example, I will do it manually here. I'll add a named action. I'll add a flow if I have one here. No, I'll then just use show a dialogue, and then I'll create a new template, which is my dialogue then. And in this template, I can find another block. So not this one, but the modal layout. Just watching the time here, and then a small form, for example, in here. And then I have a nice modal. Voila, with a form attached to it. And then if I head back to my template, I can attach the dialogue to my function, show a dialogue. And then, of course, I have to pick the correct one because I never name my templates, apparently. So if I then reload this page, of course, I have to bust the cache again and reload the page. Add order. You'll see that, of course, yeah, classic mistake. I have to switch off authentication for this one. I have to go back to here, add order. And as you can see, I'll still have to bust the cache again, and then reload this, and then add order. As you can see now, I have a modal. Again, I can start working with this and add more stuff to it. So hopefully you'll realize that this will make your life in NoCode-X much easier. We are aiming to release this. We have still some cleanup to do, but we're aiming to release this tomorrow. And that's really it from my side. If I see that we have 1 minute left. So if you have any questions, Eddie or somebody else, please put them in chat. We'll address them. I'll also I'll also record another video to address Milena's questions, and I'll attach it to this video. So thank you for joining us today during this campfire. We had a little bit of trouble with Zoom, but next time better. So see you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so the campfire got a little bit cut short today due to some technical issues, but I wanted to address some of the questions that I've seen in chat the last couple of days. So first of all, a question from Milena here that asks if there are any updates on the page speed enhancements and the stability before adding new template blocks. So what Maciek is actually working on, what you've seen today, extracting the code from NoCode-X, will be also used as a way of serving the applications that you create with NoCode-X, even if you don't want to extract the code. This will make the applications that you create with NoCode-X 100% robust, because we can actually change NoCode-X without impacting your application ever. The reason is simple. Once you create a version, we create code, we store this code somewhere on a hosting server, we host it for you, and this code will never be touched, even if we update NoCode-X 20, 30, 100, 1,000 times. So that's what you're looking at. This robustness is coming for you. On the page speed question, this change in way of serving the application makes a lot of things possible for us. It used to be that every time you had to execute an action, you would have to go to the server, and the server has to respond for the action to be actually executed on the front end, or for the result to be viewed. This will completely change, because we will split up, as Maciek shortly mentioned during the campfire. Every action is being split up into 2 parts without you having to worry about that. By the way, it is being split up in the front end part and a back end part. Sometimes it's even being split up in one part being only a front end, or maybe only a back end part. So this is really unobtrusive for users or developers using NoCode-X. The thing is, if you have a front-end part, it will be direct, immediately executed on the front end. You would not have to wait for a server response. And of course, because we split the actions up, we can keep the server communication very, very lean, and which will also mean a big speed up in most parts. With regards to the question on, are there any updates on the React Chat CN UI timeline? As you can see, we are allowing you to extract the code to React, add some stuff to it very, very soon, as Maciek has mentioned. So we're aiming at end of Q1. Chat CN will then, of course, also be possible, but this is not where it ends. We will add Chat CN as a component library that you will just be able to use without even having to export to code. But it will be possible as soon as Q1 to actually use ShotCN components in your NoCode-X applications. Then there was another question. Yeah, we are looking at other no-code platforms to enhance the usability of NoCode-X, enhance the way that you build logic, the way that you build pages. We've seen that many of these easy to use no-code platforms, they all allow you to use some kind of template, and that's why we invented blocks and flows. These blocks will, as you've seen in the campfire, they will allow you to create a page really fast and then adjust it towards your needs. The same is possible on actions, where you have flows which allow you to do logic really quick. For example, you'll have a flow that registers a new user. So it reads out a form and registers a new user. And all you have to do is then adjust it to your need. Voila. Again, that being said, this is not where it stops. We are still improving NoCode-X, and we are completely committed to making it as easy as possible for you guys to work with. So if there are any more ideas, more insights on stuff that we haven't seen on other tools, please let us know, and we'll see if we can embed it in our roadmap. Also, light mode is still coming. The only reason that we haven't released it yet is because of priorities. We had to switch priorities because there were more urgent things for us to address. Also, the NoCode-X loading icon is on the roadmap. It will be completely customizable at some point. Again, the same with the light mode. These are not our priorities at the moment, but we will eventually do it. Of course, while exporting it to code, that is one of the possibilities for you as well. This is okay. The more granular roadmap version, I know I have been promising that for a while now. I'll try to get my my hands dirty and create a new roadmap as soon as I get this release that we're working on right now out of the window. Then I will, I promise 100%, I will create a new roadmap which will allow you to upvote, downvote certain features. Voila. So I hope this answers all the outstanding questions. If there are more questions, please keep on posting them in the Discord. We are very happy with your support, and we hope that we can keep your support for a very long time in building this platform. So yeah, thank you for my side, and see you later in the next campfire. Bye.